Okay, so number 1 says, at what time is Anne's distance from home 0 miles? Well, the first thing I think I should do is fill out my table. So here, the coordinates would be 0, 0. So she was 0 hours from home and 0 distance from home. Your next point would be here. And the time she was 1. And the distance was 3. Okay, the next one is 2 hours from home. And she was 4 miles from home. Here's 3. And she was 8 miles from home. 4 was 5 miles from home. 5 was 5 miles from home. 6 was 2 miles from home. And at 7, she was 0 miles from home. So my first question says, at what time is Anne's distance from home 0 miles? So she is 0 miles from home here at 0, 0. And she is also 0 miles from home here at 7, 0. So her coordinates here would be 0, 0 and 7, 0. Now it says, give a reason to support my answer. I hope that you didn't just put coordinates. I hope you gave me an answer. So I'm going to put, the graph says that she was at home when she had been gone, before she left. How could I word that? Let's put before she left. And then after she had been gone, or let's say when she returned home. So here she hadn't left home, and here she had returned home. Okay, what is Anne's maximum distance away from home? Okay, so her maximum distance in miles from home was 8 miles. So her maximum distance was 8 miles from home. It said, at what time did she turn around to return home? So she had been gone 3 hours. So she returned home after 3 hours. Okay, and the reason to support my answer is the graph starts going down. At the coordinates 3, 8, which means 3 hours and 8 miles. Okay, so number 3 says, when does Anne stop for lunch? Well, it shows that she's 5 miles from home here, and then she's still 5 miles from home here. So I'm going to say between the coordinates, or you could say at 4, 5, because this is 4, 5, and 5, 5. How far from home was she when she stops for lunch? She was 4 hours from home when she stopped. And I know that because she didn't stop here. This is when she starts returning home. She stopped here. So she was 4 hours from home. How long does she stop for lunch? Well, I can see that she stopped at 4 and she left at 5. So she stopped for an hour. And give reasons to support your answer. So I can say I know that when I see a flat line, that means she stopped. So a flat line means she stopped. How many hours was Anne's trip? Well, she left at 0 hours and she returned in 7 hours. So she was gone for 7 hours. It says give a reason to support your answer. Okay, well, when she left or when she started, it was 0 hours and 0 distance, and she ended on 7 hours and 0 distance. So she was gone for 7 hours. I'm going to pull this apart so we can look at the graph at the same time. When does Anne walk the fastest? Well, this one's kind of easy because I can see in an hour she went 3 miles here. So she went 3 miles. And then in an hour she just went 1 mile. Then from here to here she went 1, 2, 3, 4 miles. From here to here she went 1, 2, 3 miles. She went 0 miles here because she was not moving. From 5 to 6, she went 1, 2, 3 miles. And from 6 to 7, she went 2 miles. This one's set up in miles per hour, so it makes it easy to see. So if I label it that way, when does Anne walk the fastest? From here to here. So from 2, 4. 2, 3, 8. And why? It says, what is her speed in miles per hour? She went 4 miles per hour. And it says to give a reason to support your answer because this is the steepest line. When is Anne walking the slowest? Well, we know it won't be this one. The reason I know that is because when is she walking? She's not walking here. She's standing still. So I need to look at one of these smaller lines, and it's going to be here. So from 1, 3 to 2, 4. What is her speed? 1 mile per hour. And this line is the least steep. What is Anne's distance from home at 6 hours? So I'm going to go look for the hours, and at 6, she is only 2 miles from home. Give a reason to support your answer. Well, she's returning home. She's been gone for 6 hours, and it's showing a descent here. It's going down, so she's only 2 miles from home. So you could put the line descends 2 miles. At what time is Ann's distance from home? 4 miles. So distance here, I'm going to look for 4 and see where the lines intersect. So when she was 2 hours away, she was 4 miles from home. So we'll put 2 hours. Okay. Show the work that leads to your answer. You just explain what you did. I went to 4 miles and looked where the lines intersected. During what times is Ann's distance from home increasing? When is her distance from home increasing? So she's home here and she's getting further away from home on this side because she's going from 0 all the way up to 8 hours. Then she's going to return, or not hours, 8 miles. Then this is where she turns around and walks back. So she's getting closer to home here because she's walking back home. So when her distance is increasing away from home, the left side of the graph, or where the line is going upward. So I'm going to say the left side where the line is going upward. During what times is Ann's distance from home decreasing? She's getting closer to home on the right side. Where the line starts going down. Downward. Make sure I can see that. Oh, I can't. Let me move it up. Okay, and number 11 says, when is Ann walking at the same rate away from home and toward home? So when is she walking at the same rate? Well, I can see that she's walking 3 miles here from 0, 0 to 1, 3. And then from here at 5, 5 to 6, 2. So you can explain that. It says give a reason. Her rate is 3 miles per hour at each of these points, or from each of these points. Okay, so remember, your assignment is for you to have done this on your own to begin with, so I can see what your answers were, and then I want you to go back and in a different color tell me if you had some that you missed, because you probably got a lot of them right. If you didn't, then you need to tell me how you missed it and to show me that you understand now how you missed it. Okay, I hope y'all have a great day and good luck.